Hello, my magnetic feminine leaders. Feminine leaders, I'm so happy to be here with you all. I'm just going to make sure the technology is working. If you are watching, just make sure that you can hear me, you can see me. Is it all working wonderfully? And in the meantime, hold on, I'm trying to pull it up. I trust that it's working, right? Let's trust that it's going to work. Okay, perfect. It worked. It's working. Okay, it's working. Hello. Welcome to part 3 of the Magnetic Feminine Leaders series. My name is Stephanie Lane. This is your part 3. I am so thrilled to be with you. And if you are watching the replay, please put hashtag replay and let me know where you're watching from. Where are you located in this beautiful globe? I am here coming to you from San Diego, California. I'm coming from Bonita. It's actually pretty warm today. And yes, I'm so thrilled to be with you, ladies, be with you all. One second. Just going to have this. All right, cool. Just so I can monitor comments. All right. So, magnetic feminine leaders, here we go. So this is all about embracing your mess and crafting a masterpiece with your life experiences. Let me know if you've had a messy year, a messy life. Let me know. Have things gone wrong in your life? Have things in your business not worked out? Have you struggled? Just let me know in the comments. I would love to know because we all have a mess. We all have things not work out and it happens and there's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with you. You are okay. You are fine. You are golden. All right, I'm going to make my screen a little bigger. Nope, that didn't do it. There we go. Maybe I'll make the whole thing. Let's do the whole thing. All right, welcome to your Magnetic Feminine Leader series. I am your host, Stephanie Lane, and a little bit about me is I'm a feminine leadership mentor. I was a business and marketing strategist for a really long time, and I decided that a lot of women need leadership. They need development. They need to be in touch with their feminine essence, and it can be hard to be in your feminine when you're in a world that wants you to be in your masculine all the time. In a world that's telling you, oh, if you're not striving, if you're not pushing, if you're not competing, then who are you? Then who are you to even claim a spot at this table? Who are you to even try to be here, right? So I guide women to up-level their presence, create more fun in their business, because I love me some fun, and make more money the feminine way. Yes, make more money the feminine way. Put a money sign in the comments if that's what you want to do, is make more money the feminine way. So who is this training for? This training is for creatives, for life coaches, for artists, for consultants, for healers, for masters, for muses, for entrepreneurs, business coaches. If you're a newbie, if you're curious about business, if you're a side hustler, a woman who loves to be inspired. My only requirement is that you're open, you're wanting to connect with your feminine side, you're wanting to be a leader. If you don't want to be a leader, then I'm probably not the person for you. I want to work with women specifically that want to be leaders, that are here as light workers, here as light leaders, here to make a difference. That's who I want to work with. And I hope that's you. Let me know in the comments if that's you. Leader vibes, I am all for it. So if you're just joining me, this training is going to be pretty incredible. So I'm really excited to get this one going. This one's actually my favorite. Your life is a journey. We hear it all the time. You know, life is not a destination, it's a journey. And it truly is. It has ebbs and flows. It has contractions and expansions. It has inhales and exhales. Life has opportunities and life has challenges and life has waves. But when you start to master how life can work for you. And when you start to master and understand the pattern, the journey of life that we're going to take you on, it gets easier. It gets better. So join me in on this. A few weeks ago, I was deep in my creative process and understanding that the creative process is messy and that the creative process needs your mess. And what do I mean that it needs your mess? Well, turning your mess, your messy situations, your messy things in life into a masterpiece. I want to show you, I want to connect with you for a second. Okay. Life is not, and business is not an up arrow going up. It's just not. There's going to be twists and turns and pikes and mountains and times that you're just like, oh shit, I can't figure this out. Or you're just like clinging on and holding on for dear life. There's times where you're going to be spiraling down and there's going to be times that you're spiraling up. When we learn and when we experience that our mess, that the things that we see as flaws, the things that we see as darkness, the things that we see as the shadow are actually the best things for us, we can ascend, we can grow, we can help people from that experience. In this training, I'm going to show you from messy to masterpiece. That's where we're going. From lead to gold, from blank canvas to a work of art. We're going there today in that journey. And I learned this from my coach, and she talks about tell them something you don't want them. Well, we get in circle and you say something you don't want people to know. I don't like being vulnerable. It's not something I like to do, but I'm going to be vulnerable in this moment. I'm going to tell you something I don't want you to know. I don't want you to know that this time last year was probably one of the hardest times of my life. The hardest time in my marriage. I had to pull strength that I didn't even know that I had. I had to look at the messiest, the darkest, the demon things that you don't want to see, and I had to alchemize it. Oh, I didn't have to alchemize it. I chose to alchemize it. I chose to shift it. That gave me so much depth, so much experience, so much empathy that while it was, and I'm probably going to cry thinking about it because it was really painful, very painful, beautiful experience. But as we were able to move through that, shift through that, move through that really terrible cycle of life, we were able to see the beauty and the masterpiece and the rose. What was, something like a grain of sand had so much pressure on it, it became a diamond. That's why those silly, cheesy metaphors make sense. Turning your mess into your masterpiece. So that is something I don't want you to know, but now you know, and I've told you. So I would love to know in the comments if you would like to go and tell me something that you don't want anyone to know. And it's just in the Facebook group. Nobody will see. Don't worry. I'll keep it a secret. Your mess is not something to be ashamed of, even though society shames the heck out of it. Your mess is something beautiful. I'm not saying going around and like having your energy all over the place and being like, damn, I can barely hold on. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying really surrendering and absorbing and seeing what is it that you don't want to see from yourself or see from others that you can help shift into the light. So this will better explain this to you. The goddess portal journey, similar to the hero's journey from Joseph Campbell, I've come up with my own. I've come up with my own goddess portal journey method. And this is from straight up my experience, from what I've seen from going in the dark, going into the unknown, the depths, the sadness, all of it. I know that I'm a very happy and smiley person, but I've been through a lot. Like all of you, you have all been through a lot. And it says something about yourself when you can go through life, through a terrible thing in life, and walk out still smiling. Give yourself a freaking pat on the back when you can go through something as terrible or as traumatic or as just complete chaos, and you can turn it into a masterpiece. Give yourself a wonderful applaud for that. So I'm experiencing what you experienced last year. I'm in the worst financial situation I've ever been in. I can't see who that is. Could you let me know? StreamYard just has to do permission because I would love to connect with you. I can see D. I just can't see you, love. D, I doubt myself as a healer at times, and I can be pretty harsh on myself. Ugh. Yes. And D is a fucking amazing healer, but she doubts herself because there's imprints, there's people, society, probably past lives. Dana. Okay. Thank you, Dana. I definitely will connect with you. We'll stay till the end. I'm going to do a goddess portal money activation. And as I said that, a butterfly just flew by. So stay till the end. Okay. Because I'm going to do something for you ladies. So the first stage of this goddess portal journey is questioning. This is what society numbs this feeling. Oh, you're questioning? Oh, you're trying to find the meaning of life? No. You need to take Prozac for that. Oh, no. You need to take this. Like, nothing's wrong. Your life's good. You have a good home. You're fine. It's scary because you don't want to question everything because it feels dangerous. If you question things, then I remember this when I was in church. They would say, oh, if you question things, you are lacking faith. No, you're not lacking faith. You're just being a curious human being. You're just questioning your existence. You're questioning why life is happening this way. You're questioning why the earth rotates, why the sky is blue. You're just being curious. Oh, Dana Mitchell. Okay. Thank you, love. Thank you, Deanna, for telling me who it is. It's the darkness. It's that something is off. Something is off. It's that confusion, that loss, that emptiness, that frustration, and a sense of anger. A sense of anger. Your body and your health might be breaking down. It might begin to break down. And what once worked isn't working. What once worked isn't working. And then you have the breakdown. Oh, hold on. I hope I didn't call out Dana. That's okay. All right. Just Dana, are you still there? Let me know. Okay. So first thing is the questioning. This is when you're questioning everything. Then the next thing is the breakdown. This is the fear of blowing it all up. This is the judgment from self and others. What are they going to think of me? Who am I going to be? What are they going to say about me? It's no longer being able to lie to yourself. It's that breakdown of no longer being able to lie to yourself. It's a deep sense of grief, depression, and longing for something more. I have a theory that women very similar to me in personality, that we're very like happy and bubbly, are probably one of the most saddest women because we put on this happy mask. We put on this mask of everything is great. I should want everything to be great. And I was one of those women for a really long time, but now I actually give space for my grief. I give space for when I feel depressed. I give space for that longing. And that's just the difference. It's just giving space for it. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. The breakdown is you're disconnected from your truth. You just know this isn't right. This isn't right. Why is this happening? This isn't right. I need to change. I need to shift. I need something to happen. And the numbing is no longer an option. Whether you're numbing with social media, whether you're numbing with food, you're numbing with being busy, you're numbing with a partner, the numbing is no longer an option. And this is when it starts to break down, starts to feel heavy. I love this photo. If you look at this photo, what do you think? Put in the comments. I see surrender. I see peace. I see a sense of finally. Then you have your breakthrough. This is when you make a decision and you take an action. You have a decision and you take an action. And a surrender to make a change regardless of what may happen. A surrender to making a change regardless of what happens. A sense of purpose and duty. I just have to do it. I've got to do it. I got to make it happen. And if I do this, it's not going to feel right, but it's going to feel aligned with what I have to do. You're creating a plan and you're sticking to it. This is what's going to happen. And I like to give the example of I used to drink a lot. So let's go back real quick. So questioning, why am I drinking so much? Why am I drinking Thursday through Sunday? Like, what's going on with me? Then the breakdown was like, I had a really, really bad night. This man made me feel so unwanted when I was dating this guy at this New Year's party. Totally made me feel unwanted. I never want to feel like that. Why am I letting myself feel that way? Breakdown. Then the breakthrough was the action. You know what? I'm just going to stop drinking. I'm just going to stop drinking cold turkey, right? I'm surrendering to it. I have a sense of purpose, of duty. I just can't do this. I need to create a plan. I need to stick with it. I need to take some action. I need to have a conversation, the decision, the purchase, the help, the support, the removal. This is you taking some type of process, some type of action, rather. Then we have the aftermath. The aftermath. I always think of Dr. Dre. And when you see this photo, it's like this sense of like a cathartic feeling, like I did it. And now here, what are the consequences? It's the dust settling. It's the result of it all. It's checking out of society. You're kind of like, okay, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this rat race. I just need to I just need to breathe. You ever hear those people that's just like, I just need to breathe. I need to run off to the forest. I just need to go. It's the consequences, personal or relational. It's that deep acceptance that you made the decision. You ripped the Band-Aid off. It's a relief. It's an exhale. All of you ladies, just go ahead and take a deep breath in and relax and drop the shoulders. Good. Deep breath in and relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. Yeah. It's readjusting to the new reality. You can feel very hollow. You can feel pretty empty. You can feel a little numb during this aftermath. Then you have the awakening. So I'm going to recap because this is the goddess journey of how to become the radiant leader that you are. I know I'm just going back, but like you're questioning, you want something better of life. Then you realize that everything that you have been doing has been either not working, wrong, or the misaligned path. It hasn't been the aligned path for you. The breakthrough is I have to do something different. Something has to change. I cannot operate this way any longer. It has to change. And if it changes, I know that I am doing this from a surrendered place. The aftermath is, all right, what it's like that's kind of like, okay, the dust has settled. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to keep going, keep moving forward. Then the next one is the awakening. So we think that we get to this part and it's like, ooh, it's a higher awareness. It's that hunger to understand. It's accepting responsibility. It's a deep healing process. Like, ooh, I have all this knowledge now, all this insight. It's how to cope. It's how to find a new way to operate. It's a new lens and a fresh new perspective on life. The dust has settled. You are looking around, you are seeing things, you feel vibrant, you feel alive, you feel like you never have felt before. and you have a search for a new connection and you want to find better answers. The way that I was doing things in the past are not working, so I need to find better answers. And you might make mistakes when you are searching. The awakening process doesn't mean that you have hit enlightenment and that you're the goddess feminine leader. Like it just means that you are aware, you have awakened, and you can possibly slip into old patterns in this place. It's not going to be easy as you think. You think you get to this awakening place and you think you have got it. You have this all figured out. You have figured out that you no longer want to drink anymore. You know how to cope. You already know that you might. And let me give the example of starting a business. Actually, I'll give it at the very end of starting a business. I'll just go with the slides and then we'll start it again. It's not going to be as easy as you think. You're going to be frustrated with the patterns and how hard this is. You're going to be frustrated in the awakening process. Nobody tells you that. No one tells you that awakening is frustrating. It's frustrating because of all the knowledge you didn't have, all the knowledge that you're getting, and all the knowledge that you are trying to figure out. And you start to realize a lot about yourself and what happens and what caused all that pain. You start to realize that what happened and what caused all that pain. And you begin to break patterns much faster, and you're humble. You're deeply humbled in this process. Your ego is not alive right now. Then we have the sacred space. We only have we have 3 more slides after this. But this is the goddess portal journey, the sacred space. I love this photo. It looks like it's in Canada. It's that surrendering again. Realizing that this will take a little bit more inner work, and that's okay. It's that integration, just integrating all that you've learned during your awakening process. It's how much healing you are doing and knowing that it's not linear, that your healing, your process isn't linear. It's this opening up, and you are intuitively learning and practicing. It's a discipline of creating space for yourself. You tell the outside world to just be quiet, and you're just in your inside world. It's a lot of healing, and it's a reprogramming and rebuilding your belief system. Reprogramming and rebuilding your belief system. And then we get to the alchemized. Before we go to the alchemized, do you notice how society doesn't let you go through this path? Ladies, do you notice that? They numb you out. They numb you out with TV. They numb you out with food. They numb you out with gossip. They don't want you to question. You don't have anything to question about life. Life is good. That's what they want you to think. But when you question, it is a trigger that you are going down the goddess portal journey. You are going down the awakening process. It doesn't have to be scary when you know what to expect, or at least you have a reference point, and you have a reference point of what you're going to feel and what you're going to experience. Because a breakdown just means a breakthrough is coming. A breakdown is the new moon. It's just you letting things go. It's a disconnection from your truth, but the truth is one of the hardest things for people to handle. One of the hardest things for yourself to handle, to see things in your life that you're like, I'm not really owning this. I'm really struggling. I'm really doing bad at this. I need to break this down. That's why they call it a breakdown, because it needs to be broken into molecules. It's got to be poofed out of existence. Then the breakthrough, when you bust through the lens, when you bust through the glass. It's this, I made the decision, I did it, and it freaking stung, or it hurt, or it felt so relieving, or it felt so good. I actually did the breakthrough. In society, most people will do 1, 2, 3, and then they'll go back again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You see it? 1, 2, 3. They'll do breakthrough, and then they'll go back into questioning. They'll go back into breakdown, breakthrough, like a wave going to the top of the wave, and then going to the down of the wave. And then the aftermath, that dust settling, the result. This is the very quiet void. But I really want to get to the alchemize. You'll see. And it's the awakening. You think the awakening is the final stage of you being a leader, of you being an embodied leader. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Because it can be a very frustrating place to be. And I did not think awakening would be so frustrating. And I was on the floor in the summertime screaming and yelling and pounding on the ground because I didn't know what all these obstacles were in front of me. Like, I didn't understand why society was put up to this place to make me fail. And I've been able to alchemize that and change that. Because then we go into our sacred space. This is the surrender, realizing that this will take inner work, it's integration, it's opening up, it's discipline, it's lots of healing, it's a reprogramming and rebuilding your beliefs. And then there's the alchemization. It's turning the lead into gold. This is when you become a master, a true master of life, a true master of this world. When you can turn your bad, messy experiences into beautiful richness, into gems, into gold, into crystals, into stardust. Because what once was there is no longer. And so you don't need to create from that place anymore because it's no longer there. The old scars that bring up the stories, the building again and paving your own path. You have a better sense of purpose, a way better sense of purpose. You have more empathy and connection with others. You are in a new place, a new level, and you have upgraded. You are just in a whole different place. If you get to this place, you will see things completely different. And I know if you're in my space, you have gotten to this place or you've witnessed it or you felt it. It's this upgrade. And you see the patterns and the illusions all around you. You have a strong desire to help others. You want people to feel where you're at. You want it. You want it. You want it. You want it. You have more discipline and you're non-reactive. And a force that can't easily be pushed. Our boundaries go up. When we are in this alchemization process, our boundaries are like a mofo. If I don't want to hang out with you, I don't want to hang out with you, right? I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it's whatever. If you create your boundaries, if your client is taking more of your time, you're like, no, this is what it is. Like, you have your backbone. You have your backbone in this process. And the only one that sticks up for your boundaries is yourself. And you know that boundary. You know it. You can't be pushed. And if you do slip, which we all do in life, you come back quicker. Oh man, something that used to take me out for months can take me out for an afternoon, and then I'm done. And then I move on. Come back quicker. Bam, bam, bam. You surround yourself with support. And you have a greater meaning in your work, a greater, deeper, lovely meaning in your work. And your confidence, and you're confident that you can handle life. You're confident that you've got life. You figured it out. Oh, so then we alchemize. Drum roll, please. We become the embodied leader. I love this photo. I don't know this woman online, but I could sense, I don't know, I could feel something from her from this. And I looked at a lot of photos and I just could feel something like she's been through some stuff. You know, when you look someone in the eye and you're like, they know it. They know that something's up. Well, when you become the embodied leader, you have wisdom, you have experience. You're more aligned with what you're talking about, what you're expressing, who you are. You're purpose driven. You create more meaningful work. You're more creative than ever. You're a true teacher, a true teacher. You're not just regurgitating information or being one of these coaches online that never had a private client. Like you're a true teacher. You carry yourself with grace. You carry yourself with love. You carry yourself with an open heart. And you manifest faster. You manifest faster and easier, and you make things happen more. You're the embodied leader. You have integrated those particles, have settled, they have vibrated, and they have expanded. They have expanded to a level that you never knew was possible. You know your story, you own your story, you love your story. If anyone tries to challenge your story, no. It doesn't happen that way. You're like, no, this is my story. This is what I have. And you are true to yourself. You are so true to what you say yes to. You are true what you say no to. And knowing that an embodied leader isn't perfect. An embodied leader doesn't have all the answers. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. And you're probably not perfect and you don't have the answers. But you're willing to put yourself out there. You're willing to go the extra mile. You're willing to put yourself out there even when it's not popular, or even when it's scary, or even when nobody is cheering for you, when nobody's clapping for you. You still put yourself out there. And you give inspiration to others. And I like to add, you give motivation. Inspiration's cheap. Motivation is where the richness is. Motivation is where the richness. So and many want to follow you when you become the embodied leader. Many want to follow you. And some want to become you, but in their own version. They say they want to become like you, but then in that process, they become themselves, which is really beautiful to witness and really beautiful to see. So in this process, where are you, ladies? What's coming up for you? I'm going to just recap all of these real quick. We have the embodied leader. That's step 8. We have the alchemize. This is where you turn all your experiences into gold. This is the sacred space where you surrender and you integrate. You have the awakening, where you are hungry for possibility, to understand acceptance. The aftermath, which you deal with the consequences. You're checking out of society, going back. And then you have the breakthrough, which is making a decision. And then you have the breakdown, which is probably one of the hardest parts of this journey. And then you have the questioning, asking all the questions, tired of feeling emptiness, frustration, sense of anger, pissed off. Very few are teaching this, very few understand this, and very few are embodying it. That's why we need more women leaders that are doing this work. I'm just going to go through that are doing this work and that are getting to the embodied place. Doesn't mean that you're not going to get to the other parts. You're not going to skip them. You're going to be a cyclical being running through it one by one. But breakdown. Are you in the breakdown process right now? Let me know. We can definitely support you in that. And getting to the embodied leader. When you look at the breakdown, or when you look at that process as not being bad, as not being dark, as not being the sad place, you can inspire and shift very quickly, but knowing that there's a journey. There are parts of a play, part 1, part 2, the intermission, part 3, the conclusion, that there's a reason why stories are framed that way. Why would anyone just make that up? We intuitively pick that up. Stories have a part 1. Then they have a climax, and then they have part 2, and then they have the mega climax, and then part 3 they have like where you think they're going to die climax, and then they get to the holy grail, the happily ever after, which we know is not doesn't exist. But you become this embodied leader where you manifest more, you make more money, you show up, you radiate energy, and you know how to work with people better. Yes. So, how do we craft our masterpiece? How do we craft our mess into our masterpiece? It's through that journey, it's through the acceptance. It can be hard to do that alone. There are obviously therapists and healers that you can work with, but when you have an idea of I'm in this phase and you can call something a name, you can say what it is, it doesn't make it that scary anymore. If you can say what it is and you can call it something, it doesn't make it that scary anymore. And I hope, Dana, that this isn't feeling scary to you, that the breakdown isn't feeling scary, even though society and everybody wants you to think that it is scary. It just means you're stepping closer to your goddess portal. You're stepping closer to your vision. You're stepping closer to who you are magnetizing, who you are going to be. So let's go into a goddess portal activation. These are my clients' favorite things in the whole wide world when I do these with them. And they take a lot of energy. So I'm just going to do it on this call for you ladies. And there'll be a lot of these in the Goddess Portal program that I'll be sharing with you. That is officially, I didn't feel like it was open on Friday or Thursday, but it officially opened now, officially open today. The Goddess Portal program, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but let's get into your activation because I'm going to be doing quite a few of these in the members area. All right. So just go ahead. Oops, I left that banner on the whole time. It's okay. Go ahead and close your eyes. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. I want you to rub your palms together and place your left hand onto your heart. And the way that I process energy is I do burps sometimes. So just, I'm not being gross. I'm just processing energy. Taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Begin to visualize an orb, a big old door, an opening. And with your right hand, go ahead and have the right hand move into a clockwise motion. If you need to open your eyes, you can see me. Move your hand into a clockwise motion. It's going to be opposite since you're watching a video, but clockwise. And just open up the door. Open it up. Open up. Open up the root. Open up the sacral. Open up the solar. Open up the heart. Open up the throat. Open up the third eye. Open up the crown. And open up to your oversoul at the very top. Okay. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We call upon our guides, teachers, masters, loved ones to open up the goddess portal, to open up the activation in our heart. Do we have permission? Yes. So go ahead. See that white glistening light. So bright, so beautiful. Go ahead and take a few steps. Right, left, and slowly step into that portal, into that space. You turn around behind you and that door closes, but you feel safe. It is this white, crystalline light diamonds, gems, all from the crown of your head, coming all over your body, all over your oversoul, all over your crown, all over your throat, all over your heart, all over your torso, all over your back, your stomach, your womb. And it's just melting like wax all over your body. You are the goddess. You are a magnificent creature. Think of how many things had to go right for you to be here. How many things? And for too long, you've been focusing on your lack, on your scarcity, on your fear. When we want you to focus on your love, your light, your zest for life, your enjoyment, your creations. You are meant to create. You are meant to manifest. You are meant for more. You are meant for this. You don't need a special degree. You don't need anything fancy. There is no push. You have arrived. You have opened the door. You have opened the door. The door is open. It is ready for you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And this worthiness issue around money, around abundance, around receiving, you get to let it go. Your addiction to struggle must dissipate. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to push. You don't have to claw. It is okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. My relationships, what's going on with my relationships, my friendships, my partnerships, it's going to work. The connections are going to be strong. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Relax your jaw. I want you to go ahead and take your jaw and just open and close it. Drop the jaw. Drop this desire to be perfect. Drop this desire to have it all figured out. Goddesses own their dark and their light. Goddesses own their dark and their light. They own it, they own it, they own it, they own it, they are it, they are it, they own it. You get to have wealth. You get to drop the drama. You get to make money. You get to have fun. You get to enjoy. You get to trust. You get to believe it's going to happen to you. You get to believe you're going to win the prize. You get to believe it's going to be you. It's going to be you. It must be you. It always has been you. It always will be you. It always has. It always has. It always will. It always will. It always been. It's been. It's here. It's here. It's now. It's now. It is now. It is now. To you to step into your radiance, for you to step into this power that you are honestly a bit scared of. It is like a panther. It is beautiful and powerful. It is beautiful and powerful that you don't know how to use it yet. And that's okay. But we ask you to accept this invitation of your powers. We ask you to step into the portal as much as you can. We ask you, we need you. We need more leaders. No more of this way of living. No more. No more. The necessity is up. It's no freaking more. So go ahead and place your hand onto your left hand onto your heart. Now taking your right hand and turning it counterclockwise, just closing that portal, saying, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then placing your hands at your heart center, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Just take a few moments to relax your breath, relax your body. As I just get some technology things working. Well, that was pretty powerful. I'm going to drink some water. Let me know how that felt for you. My nose gets so itchy when I move through energy. I have to ground my feet. Excuse me as I stand. All right, my loves. Tell me how you feel in the comments. I want to hear. I want to feel you. I want to see what's come up. I think, is there any other slide after this? Oh, yes. So that's why I'm introducing this program called the Goddess Portal. And the Goddess Portal, oops, let me exit this and put it here. I'm such a visual person. I'm better if I have notes. There we go. The Goddess Portal is a 30-day visibility challenge and initiation to access the power of your heart so you can stop hiding and start leading. It's for the feminine leader who is ready to stop hiding, to get out of her head, no more being in your head, and get connected with your magnetic creative energy. We need more women leaders that are embodied. No more of this like push, really embody, because this hiding, this scarcity, this playing small isn't working. It isn't working. And again, I'm burping because I'm moving through energy. That was really beautiful. When you hide, nothing is getting accomplished for your business and your life. You are not fully showing up. You're not affecting your momentum. You're not fixing your growth and confidence. But what I want to share with you, I'm not going to go through the whole page, but it is a 30-day visibility challenge, which means you have to show up every day. And I will hold you accountable. I will hold you accountable so you can change your cash flow. You can change your clients. You can change your lifestyle. You can change your messaging, how you show up. Because right here, you'll emit magnetic energy. You'll show up and shine. You'll be visible. You'll be initiated. And oh yeah, you guys can't see it. Yes, you'll be initiated. You'll be grounded. And today, something amazing happened. I got a review from Rebecca Campbell. Oh my gosh, my husband spelled her name wrong on the page. But Rebecca Campbell, and she said, Stephanie has such a contagious spirit, effervescent, which I can't say, energy, and a zest for life. Thank you, Rebecca Campbell. And I promise I'll change this to sound good. This is the thing. Imagine imagine your birthday. Imagine your business, your life in 30 days of you showing up. Even if you don't have a business, you show up, you're visibly energy, you strategy, you step into your leadership role, you guide others the feminine way, you stop being in this hustle and desperate energy. Desperation kills your sales. Desperation kills your momentum. You're tapped into your creative energy and you get noticed and you get sold out. More, you create something that was nothing and you make money from it. You learn how to create and how to freaking make money, how to do it. And you never hide again. And you learn how to access that portal. That meditation that I did with you ladies, it has been downloaded to me. It is my modality. That's what I want to guide women through so that they can access it on a continuous basis so you can rise up and shine. Rise up. I'm not going to go through this whole thing with you, but you get access to the portal. You get marketing, magic, momentum. You get to embody the leader. And it's pretty affordable. You also get 4 training modules. You get live goddess initiation calls. We can do these activations. This is the game changer. You get daily accountability. not the weekends, because I take the weekends off, but you get Monday through Friday, daily accountability. Stephanie, this is what's happening. I'm struggling with this. Can you help me? I will be your guide. I will support you. And I do have a fast action bonus. The first 5 people do get a 60-minute Akashic record reading or a business strategy coaching session with me. You also get access to the Magnetic Feminine Money program, which is fantastic. You get activations, you get that whole thing. But honestly, what I feel is the best is the challenge and the initiation. You go through this challenge, you will, and if you commit, I get it. If you don't commit every day, that's fine. But if you commit at least to 20 days of the month of showing up consistently on one platform, you show up for your audience, you ask for the sale, you create things, you step into your goddess energy, your money story will be different. I promise you. My husband and I were having a hard time for a little bit. He came to me. We worked on something. We created this offer. We've already made $15,000 from this one offer that we worked together. And because we were able to access this power, we were able to create, we were able to use our strengths, and we were showing up. We were being visible. We were shining and being visible. And I do have a crazy fast action bonus for only 5 ladies that gives you an additional discount from this. I'm not even going to say what it is, but you're just going to have to PM me and I'll send you the link. And I'm only giving it to 5 people. I'm not even mentioning it on the recording, but it's going to be like a crazy no-brainer. If you can't do it financially, if you can't, I don't want to ever force you. If you're like, I can't do it financially, then you can't do it, right? But payment plans are always there. Payment plans have helped me, and just know that trust that you'll make the second payment. Trust that you'll make the second payment. It will work out. Everything is working out for you. I promise. And with that, Goddess Portal is now open. PM me for the secret link. I will also put the other link in here. Early bird ends next Friday, and the program starts in March. I forgot. March 6th. That's when the program starts, and we go for 30 days from there. March is a really long month. All right. Any questions, comments? Please put it in the box, and I will get to them later. Bye.